What's up guys, it's Flash with tradingwithflash.com. In this week's episode of Live Trading Tips, it is a screen record, so stay tuned. Making $100,000. Characters I met along the way that stepped in and are a big part of my story. There, so stay tuned. Okay guys, welcome to a live trading tip video. I'm just going to kind of go through some patterns with you that I want you to kind of start paying attention to. Now, regardless of the stock SAEX we're looking at today, today's the 24th of September. It's 2 o'clock New York time, so it's just after lunch. The market's kind of picking up a bit of volume. This stock's a huge pump, so regardless of kind of the stock, I'm not going to talk about like pump and dumps in this. I'm just going to talk about kind of brief patterns. It's not the cleanest of patterns that you'll ever see, but what I'm trying to point out in this is, I suppose what I'm trying to say in it, regardless of the kind of huge run and the big pullback, it just kind of shows you that you want to be paying attention to stocks throughout the whole day. What I find I often do is I'm watching a stock and it has a big pullback and I kind of lose attention to it and I go off and start looking at other stocks, and then a little while later I come back and I see the stock has all of a sudden broke a pattern and you miss it, and it's like, oh shit, I should have been paying attention. Now, you can't watch everything at once, but I'm trying to say, like, get your list down to about 3 or 4 stocks and watch them throughout the day and pay close attention to them. Even if you're not trading them, kind of just watch what they're doing with the EMAs and some of your indicators you're using. Now on this screen you're looking at, I only have a 9 EMA set up, but it's just for the case of the video. I kind of wanted to have it stripped back for the bare basics. So let's just kind of go break it down with you guys. So the stock in question has ran from $7.50 and hit a high of over $22, or 22 exactly, nearly. Now you can see the pullback here has kind of been finding support here around $16.50 throughout the day. It did test it 3 times, but what I want you to start looking at is, you can trade this of a couple of ways, but I'm just going to show you the pattern that it was making. So you kind of found its support, it consolidated for probably an hour and a half, close to 2 hours, fluctuating between $16.50 and $19. So again, let's just kind of spot a pattern we're watching. Now, it doesn't look like anything on the 2-minute here, but when I switch it, you'll see what I mean. It's making a flag or a pennant, whatever you want to call it. And what you're looking for here, you'll be looking for a break of a flag or pennant, so to break the trend lines we're looking at. So let's just switch it to a 5-minute. It's a lot nicer, it's a lot clearer, and we can even kind of bring this down. Usually you do go from the high, but let's just bring it down for you. Now, sorry, sometimes the computer's kind of slow just because I'm using the software to record the screen. Okay, so this is a flag pattern is what you're looking at here, okay? And even on the 15, we'll switch it to the 15, it's still really nice. So again, clear flag patterns what we're looking at. Let's just switch back to the 5. It's basically flagged up. There's your pole. There's your flag. It flagged out. Now your perfect entry for this particular trade. Now there's the pop you've seen, so that it came out a flag pattern. But for this particular stock, where I would set my entry is the break of flag. Now, I'll tell you a couple of ways you can trade these, okay? I would have set my entry there, right at the break of 18. You're at your whole number, and it's a break of flag. So you have 2 things going for you there. You're breaking of a whole number, and you're breaking out a flag pattern. And this, along with, if you look down here at the bottom screen, straight down here, is your volume. You see a mass amount of volume come in down here, so you'll be looking, saying, okay, other people are seeing what you're seeing. It's a good indication to go long on the trade. especially that this trade ran so much throughout the day. A lot of people are going to be paying attention to this, and it's going to start hitting a lot of scanners. So yeah, you would have got in at the break of 18, had your whole dollar, perfect, and you would have got in the break of flag. Now, other people trade these differently, okay? That's just the way I trade them. I like to kind of wait for confirmation. I don't mind giving a little bit back for the sake of the confirmation. Other people play these a lot tighter than I do. So, for example, let's just say they would have got in on this candle. This is a bad example. But some people would get in of a high of the previous candle. So let's just say that was down there. They would have got in on this, making a high of the previous candle. So their stop is a lot closer down here. Stop would have been probably the break of $17. Your stop would have been, if you had got in this style of trading, kind of get in, catch it at the bottom, and hope for the break. But I don't trade it that way. I trade it actually on the physical break. So how I do this is I would set a stop limit buy on the software, and I would have set it for the break of 1801 just to be safe. I like to give it to make sure it's gone through that dollar, and I would have probably gave it to 1805. This probably would have been hard to get fill. As you can see, it just popped through. You might have had some fill issues on this particular stock, but that's just kind of a one flag pattern you can trade. That's how I trade them. Other people trade them differently. You can trade them multiple different ways, but that's just a successful flag pattern. The point of this was, regardless that it sold off and consolidated, a lot of people would lose attention to that. Now, the reason why you still should have been focused on this one is it did hold up over VWAP. It consolidated along the VWAP from about 12 to 2, so about 2 hours of consolidation along the VWAP. You actually got in crossover of EMAs. You can't see it on this particular screen I'm using, but the other one I'm looking at is you got a confirmation of a crossover between two EMAs, and then you got your break on high volume. Perfect entry. You would have got in at the break of 18. It moved fairly sweet. Let's see, did she have any cracks? If this would have been quite an easy trade. So you would have went straight from 18 straight up to 20. There wasn't any pullbacks until the kind of topped out there about 2060. This would have been an easy $2 trade, easy. It's no questions. You would have been saying, oh, maybe I would have took it here. You wouldn't. The volume just pushed it up. There was no kind of pullbacks here. It was nice. It was straight. That would have been a $2 trade, easy. Depends if you wanted to cowboy that up to test a higher day. That's the pattern that it was making, because it consolidated so long. It was going to be that it potentially would, high percent chance it would test a higher day. I normally don't hold them out that long to see is it going to test a higher day. I normally would just take my money. But this worked out perfectly if you're willing to hold on to your stocks a little longer. If you can kind of hold your balls a little bit more than I can. But there, it broke the higher day anyway. It didn't really do too much after the higher day. I wanted a bit more of a pop, but it is kind of just after lunchtime, so you don't really get the pops as you usually want them. Okay guys, that was just a live trading tip video. I hope you all enjoyed. This is a new part of a series we're doing. We're going to be doing live trading tip videos either once or twice a week. And if you did like them, guys, leave a comment below. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. And if you want me to cover anything in particular over some videos, leave them in the comments below. Okay guys, thanks for watching. God bless. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I have prepared a full A to Z module on how to get started in the stock market. It is in the description below. It is based for beginners on how exactly to start from the very start to the finish and what I would recommend along your journey. It is absolutely free, so go check out the link and God bless.